because I have to be able to hear Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so anybody watching this is hearing us speak now. So
okay, gotcha. Let's Maria's live now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you
just
know what I mean?
Okay, beautiful.
Okay, so anybody watching this is hearing us speak now. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Maria's live. Share.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you
just
know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Okay, beautiful.
Okay, so anybody watching this is.
Hold on, maybe I can do it from here. It's live now. You got it.
Yep.
Hold on, maybe I can do it from here. Okay, let me just. It's live now. You got it. All right, good. Yep. I think you.
Hold on, maybe I can do it from here.
Okay, now.
It's live now.
We are getting ready for showtime, friends.
Yeah, it's not on there yet. Shit. It's not on my page yet. Fuck.
It's not?
No. It's on What's a Story, but not on Maria.
Oh.
All right, hold on.
All the fun stuff we do before we get ready for a show.
30 seconds, Leo. Trying to share it from this. I don't see it here. I don't see it on the What's the Story. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Yep, I see that you shared it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. Yep.
Coming in.
Coming in. Here we go. Hey, everybody. It's Maria from What's a Story with Maria. How's it going? So the first thing I want to do is I want to thank my producer and engineer, Jim Bell. He gets us on every week and makes sure that we go through Armed Radio. So if you want to listen to us live, you want to stream us on armeddigitalmedia.com or Armed Radio Global. If you have your TuneIn app, what you can do is, I'm trying to do 7 things at once here, but it's okay because I can handle it. What you want to do is, if you have your TuneIn app, just type in Armed Radio and we should come up. Armed Radio plays a lot of different shows all week long. And from 9 to 10 on Tuesday nights, you're going to get What's the Story with Maria. Tonight is a really we're launching something special. Last week, Krista Piero, our amazing friend, it wasn't a What's the Story with Maria show because it wasn't Tuesday, it was a Monday night, but we decided a bunch of friends to get together and just kind of run a show on StreamYard. It was Chris's idea, and it was a great idea. Leo had been looking into it already, so now this week he said, hey, let me give it a try, and we'll try to do that with your show tonight. So we have our guests tonight. I have Greg Schlotthauer, amazing songwriter, has 3 albums and just launched a brand new song called Miserable Like You, and that is on YouTube. It's really an amazing video. So we'll talk about that when he comes on. And Joe Cangelosi, our great friend, he's an interior designer of Joe Cangelosi Designs. He just wrote a cookbook with his mom, something that he did during the pandemic. So that we're going to talk about that. But the reason I wanted to have both of them on at the same time on the same night is because they were both really instrumental in getting the vote out. So a lot of us are very, very, very involved in that kind of thing. A lot of my group of friends tends to be very politically active in not just that who we vote for or anything like that, but that we actually calling the show The Ground Game, because we are the type of people that get out there every week and do what we need to do, things like that. And, during the election season. And even when it's not the election season, we're very active in that we march, we We send out stuff. We connect with other people, like-minded people. I personally am one of those people that tries to reach across the aisle. I like to know everybody's point of view. And I have most of my friends tend to lean the way I lean politically, but I also have a lot of other friends that lean in different directions. And some of them are independents, some are Republicans. And I like to know what everybody's thinking. And I'm one of those people. I was always that kid that wanted to know what was going on in everybody's head. And I'm still that kid, you know? So it's been a very, very, very interesting season. And so we're trying something new because we're going to pop them on. I hope it goes live. I would like to introduce the gentleman behind the curtain tonight, running all our stuff. Let's do it together. You know who he is? Leo Rodriguez. Leo, are you there? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was just taking a sip of water.
Oh, I love your cup.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful cup. I have one like that too. You have a special one because yours is red.
I have a prototype.
Yes, you have the prototype. There's the original. I have the second generation. So let's do that early because once the boys pop on, we're gonna have so much to talk about.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you are interested in swag, which we have of course the What's the Story with Maria cup. That's $10. What can you get for $10? I always say half a lap dance, one leg. But so there's the cup, and on the back it says, "Go ahead, keep eating." And then we have also $10, the tote bag. Look, oh, you have yours too, Leo.
Oh yeah,
yours has got some use.
Yes,
I think I can send you a new one, honey. Because
I have two of them.
That one, oh, you have two of them? Okay. So then this one is $10. It's washable. On the back it says, "Go ahead, keep eating." Leo helped me design these. We worked on this together, and I think they're really fun. And so that's that. And now a lot of Leo, you're like a model. So this is the What's the Story with Maria apron, the blue apron. Blue is the color for us this year. And oh my God, Leo, that looks really great on you. So go ahead, keep eating. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now, Leo, are we able to see the comments, but they're coming through the What's the Story with Maria page?
Yeah.
Any page?
Kenny Holcomb already has said hello.
Oh, here he is. Kenny, I was trying to get a hold of you today. I need to Venmo you. Kenny is an amazing designer. He does book covers. He does album covers. Posters, all kinds of stuff. If you need a graphic designer, Kenny Holcomb is your guy. And now people can work remotely. So just friend Kenny Holcomb. He's done so much stuff for me. He did design my business cards, which I love. I have them around here somewhere. But I'll tell you what Kenny just designed for me this week is Will T. and Hall and I wrote a great song called "This Is My America." I'm very proud of that. And Kenny Holcomb, I sent him the song and I said, Kenny, because we're going to put it on Spotify. It should be on there in a week or so. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. Will T. and Hall and I wrote the song together. And then I gave the track to Lynn to put some different instruments on it. Lynn Portis, genius. And it's so good. I don't know if yes, I think you might have heard the final version, Leo. And then I sent it to Kenny and I said, Kenny, can you design some artwork for this? So when it goes onto Spotify, we have artwork, and Kenny designed this beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't love it anymore. So that's going to be on soon. I'm going to let you guys know about that. Pretty soon you're going to be able to go to Spotify and type in "This Is My America." And me and Will T. and Hall will pop up, and you can stream it as many times as you like. As a matter of fact, please stream it often. It's a really beautiful patriotic song. I'm very proud of it. Will and I wrote it not right after the last election, but soon after the last election. And we just kept kept bouncing around, and finally we launched it. So I think this is the right time to launch it. Now, let's see. Let's check in with our people. Let me see. What time is it? We have
Greg. I have Greg here in the green room.
Okay. Let's hold him. This is so exciting. So Leo, I have to give Leo so many props tonight. Leo Rodriguez. everybody, lots of times people don't know who Leo was, but it's become a household phrase. This is Leo Rodriguez. He's my amazing friend. I love him. He has helped me. I cannot tell you how much with the show. And Catherine Salvio has joined us. She's in Florida. Catherine was the first person that actually connected me. She and Jimmy connected to Arms Radio. I hadn't a clue about the technical part of this. And Catherine came over. She said, do you want me to come over and help you? And I said, yes, please. And she did. And so thank you, Catherine. I am so happy that you did help me. Leo, do you have the link to buy the items? Oh.
Yep. Well, it's posted there. It's a little hard to see on the screen, but I also posted it in the notes there. So.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you both for asking for merch. You can just go to What's the Story with Maria at Gmail. There's a form there. And you can use different ways you can PayPal, but Venmo is great too. And it'll break down what the shipping is and all that stuff. Or you can just text me if you have my number or email me and I'll work it out with you. And the Venmo is What's the Story with Maria, all caps. Okay, so that you'll find me there. So let me see. Ed Kutu. Hello, Ed Kutu from Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Ed, I love your Instagram. I always say it. Ed's got a beautiful Instagram with all these gorgeous heads that he's worked on. What else? We have, thank it. Can you put it in the comments? Okay, let me see. So we have, the thing is that we're coming through What's the Story with Maria's page. And I shared it to Maria's page. So we're doing it a little bit differently than we normally do it, but I'm hoping everybody can see it on my page. Catherine, are you looking at this through my page or the What's the Story with Maria page? Let me know. I think, okay, just want to check. So anyway, we got Greg in the wings. We're going to bring him on. I just want to say that a lot of us worked really, really, really hard this year on getting the word out. And that's why I've invited these two guys. So Leo, actually, you can pop Greg on anytime you like. Oh my God. You have my favorite shirt on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Actually, though, bring up your voice, honey. Okay, yeah, bring it up a little bit.
Where would I do that? Let's see.
No, just project it more.
Well, if I get closer, I don't know, maybe.
No, you don't have to get closer. Just project as if you're talking to me from a stage.
Okay, I just wore this in honor of African-American women. Black Pussy, they voted in higher numbers for compassion and intellectualism than any other demographic in the country. And this is to honor them.
And you know, I've always loved that shirt. You have one in pink and one in blue. And I was kind of hoping you would wear that.
Thank you.
And you are an animal lover. I know that. You love cats and dogs.
Especially after the death of my mother. I'm a dog person. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Well, you know what's funny that you say that? After my mother passed away, I got Rizzo like a couple months later. I got my dog. There's something about it that it's kind of fills that void. You know,
it makes you feel like all life is connected somehow. And when you see other living beings that are on a different level or vibration or something, it may have something to do with the transition of life, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, listen, there's lots of reasons I wanted to have you on. We're going to let people know about your song that's on. I love your song. It's called.
Thank you.
Tell us the name of your song.
Miserable Like You.
Miserable Like You. And it is on, the video is on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Leo is posting that up so people can see. Now,
well, that's not the video. I do have a link here. Should I put it in the chat?
Sure, yes. That would be great.
There you go. That's the real one. That's the one with the video. The other one, it might be just a picture of me with the audio.
Oh, okay.
I just put it in the chat for Leo.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes, and Leo's amazing. He will always pop stuff on so we can see it. And everybody must go to that link because the video is amazing.
Thank you.
The song is amazing. Greg, I sent it to so many people and they all went crazy.
I'm so honored. I've never done something that people liked, and it's fun. It's fun to be we're always trying to be popular, or at least I know that I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little validation. And it's fun to say, can I cuss on the show?
Yeah, you can cuss on the show.
It's fun to say, love and kindness and strength and courage, but fuck you, Trump. Fuck you.
Well,
So there
okay.
are F words in the chorus, but there's also these beautiful choirs that sing love and kindness, strength and courage. We've got to defeat this. Fuck you, Donald Trump. It's a little schizo.
Well, you know what? I think that most people feel many different ways in a day. When it comes to this election, no matter what side you're on, I think that you're going to have ambivalent thoughts. I think you might have 2 or 3 or 4 thoughts going on at once. You might feel love and kindness, and you might feel FU too.
And absolute rage.
And you might feel nausea at times, and you might feel stressed out, and you might feel.
And what if you feel confused that he won 4 million more votes than the last time after a pandemic that he lied about and taking infants away from their parents? Like, he got more votes this time? What is wrong with us?
Well, I'm not going to say us. I'm going to say, you know what? I think that there's a lot to work on, and we can. I think we have a lot to work on. I was talking to a friend of mine today that is a Democrat, always voted Democrat, but felt very, just felt like it was more divided than ever, and he was so turned off by that. So,
was he turned off by our anger, or was he turned off by? He was
turned off by both sides' anger. He said, "I've never seen anything like this in my life," and he's an amazing guy. I love him very much. So. I think that I'm hoping, what my hope is that we will, I really mean this. I'm not just saying this like some kumbaya moment. I really hope to God that we can find a middle ground, because I think that I really mean it. Like I love my country so much. And I think that there is a place that I just think we've come so far from the middle, And we need to come back to the middle somehow. And what I mean by the middle is just as human beings, whatever we believe, whatever side we're on. But here's what I want to talk about with you. And this is why I had you on the show. You did not stop for a second. And I kept following your posts. You did not stop for a second getting out there and getting out the vote. Am I right?
It was
very active politically.
I was doing something every day, but I took my bike rides and ate chocolate cake and traveled. I did try to do different things, but sometimes I cheated. I could only do canvassing for maybe 2.5 hours. But
it doesn't matter. But you were so active, even writing the song. Even you're always out there, Greg. And I would watch you and. How many cities do you think, or how many states were you in this year? Did you go to?
Well, I probably just went to 4 different states and tried to talk to people and it's just, I agree with you. The anger out there is really intense, and we're not listening to each other, and it's very important,
But you know what I think the problem is?
Unless we communicate. Nothing's going to change unless we can communicate and how important it is to get out the vote.
I agree. And you know what the problem is too, is that there are middlemen that change the message. So let's say if I was talking to you, I know your family lives in Kansas, and I have relatives in Boston that are on the opposite side of me, as you do with your family. If we're just sitting around the table and we're having Thanksgiving dinner, we're going to have laughs about when we grew up, about high school, all that stuff. If politics come in, then we get enraged. But we do have things that we love that are separate from politics. And I wish that we could say, wow, I love this person. This person loves me. And I have found that. I have found that quite a bit. I think what do you think, Greg?
I think that your approach and your mentality about it is healthier than mine. And so, because I'm not able, I put my dad I'm sorry, but I feel like we've crossed a line where it's too hard for me personally, with my personality, to validate the support of that level of bigotry and anti-intellectualism and just meanness.
Mm.
And I can't deal with my family that supports Trump, except my dad. My dad's 89, and I put him in his own category.
And you,
somebody like you or Joe Biden can actually talk with other people. Since I don't feel like I can, what I can do is call people on my team and say, hey, remember today, you got to get your mail-in ballot today. Today is the day that your state and a couple other states absolutely need to get out the vote. This is crucial.
Now, how did you vote? Did you go by mail? Did you vote in person? How did you vote? Early?
I accidentally voted early in Madison Square Garden because I saw a big line and I just wanted to be there for history. We waited for 3 hours, but the people around us were all excited. We're so lucky to live in a place that we don't have Trump stickers. We don't have Trump flags. We don't have Trump signs.
Well, in Long Island, remember you went out to Long Island and Staten Island.
There are some in the Bronx, there's some in Brooklyn, but here in Manhattan, I mean, I'm everywhere, but here in Manhattan, you can say whatever you want to somebody and you're going to be safe.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You can. And it was fun to be in a long line and talk with other people about how historic this election is and the incredible turnout. And it worked. The most fascinating thing was that the last day that they were instructing us to make calls, the Democratic Party knew exactly who we needed to call. In the last 36 hours, all of us had scripts of calling Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania.
Unbelievable.
With the script that said, hi, Mrs. Gonzalez. Today, we need your ballot into the early drop box. Do you know where it is? So they knew exactly what numbers they need. And here we are. We're counting Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona a week after the election. Hopefully, Mike Pompeo will let us have Biden be the president.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You know, I
will allow us to have a new president. Maybe Mitch McConnell won, and we just keep fighting.
You know what? I know. I am trying to not be freaked out by what is happening. Look, and I'll tell you another
Fox
thing.
News called the election.
Fox News called Arizona way before. Arizona hasn't even been called by anybody else.
But Fox News called the election. They
okay. All right, that's good.
Why are we talking about this?
Oh, I know. It's so frustrating. And I don't ever remember. I mean, I'm in my 50s. I don't ever remember in my lifetime ever a problem with transference of power. I don't ever remember where someone was like, nope, not happening.
It's such a surprise to me that Trump doesn't want to have a smooth transition of power. I mean, I would think that he would be happy. Like, this has been really stressful for me. I want to go golfing more. I love my family and my family and my extracurricular activities. You know, I've done a good job. I wish Joe Biden is a good and decent person and best of luck. You know, we're all Americans. That's what I thought he was going to say. And still 5 days later, he's saying, you know, I don't like black people. We shouldn't have a new president.
Well, you know what? I say recount then. Recount all of them. If you want to take that kind of time. I know. I know.
Count him once, count him twice, count him 3 times. Get the fuck out of here.
Look, recount. I mean, knock yourself out. I don't know. I'll bring cookies. What you want to count again? Count again. Nothing's going to change. I mean, just do what you got to do. It's, you know what, somebody.
You can't. We have to have this red mirage for, you know, all these states that he made sure that it would look like Trump's winning, but then we have to count these evil, illegal mail-in ballots. And of course, because he demonized us forever. And so, you know
what I keep thinking? He may have had more votes if he had let his people vote by mail, because a lot of his people are older. They maybe look, we're in the mid. We can't forget we're in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of people can't leave the house. They're really sick, or they're elderly, or they're disabled. Like, I'm sure they would have loved to vote by mail. But he
What?
made it sound like it was crazy. So he told his people to go in person. He may have gotten even more votes. I mean, look, if he got as many as he did, and he got a truckload. I mean, this guy, Joe Biden, got the most votes of all time of any president.
Right. We can't stop we can't stop acknowledging that beautiful fact.
It's amazing. And Trump
Oh my God,
got 4 million less than that, but he got a ton of
more
votes.
than he did last time.
More than he did last time. So
More
he
than
must be
Latinos.
reaching someone. He must be reaching someone. So, but what I'm saying is, and why would you say an election is rigged 2 months before it even happens? What does that mean? They're cheating. The only people that think people are cheating are cheaters.
Because he's a cheater, Maria.
Right, I know.
I think it's just me. I think he's a bad man.
You know what?
I mean, I know there's good in all of us.
Well, I think that he is a very sick man. I think he's very, very, very sick.
That is why I wanted to write a song called Miserable Like You.
Yeah,
I have my own issues. I have my anger, but I can't imagine how miserable it would be to be you.
Oh my God. Look
All
at
you
this.
do.
Well, Leo just posted 290. When did it go up to 290? Did we get Arizona?
We did.
We must have gotten Arizona and Nevada. It's up to 290 now. 290. I love when you do that dance, Greg. I love when you do that dance with your little black.
In the pandemic, I've started to teach dancing. That's the most complicated. That's the most complicated move.
That is let me see that move one more time, because that move kind of made you famous. It's in your video as well. Oh my God.
It takes a while to get to that level. But there's nothing. I mean, if I could, graduate to that level, you definitely could. Definitely.
You know what? I would have to watch you and do it with you. I think that you would inspire me to really move my hips like that.
That could be a lot of fun to dance with you.
Yes. We're going to have to dance in the street.
I ate at the Malecon last night.
You ate at Malecon in my house?
I did, and they were
Why'd
willing
you call me?
It was so loud.
I know. I swear to God, the Dominicans in this neighborhood are on volume 9.
Sound.
I don't care if it's 4 in the morning, you're on volume 9. They don't care. They don't even, it's like pandemic what?
They can sleep with
it's true.
Completely fine.
I know. I'm telling you. And that chicken, though, that chicken is the best chicken you'll ever have.
And that green tangy sauce that kind of tastes like disinfectant. I love it.
Love that. Next time they'll call me so we can go together. Oh my God. You know who else loves it there? Bill Goffey. It was his birthday a few weeks ago.
Wait a minute. Go back. What's that sauce? The tangy sauce that tastes like the disinfectant.
It's lime.
It's like lime, and it's so delicious. Yeah, it tastes like fantastic.
You always say fabuloso. It tastes like fabuloso.
It's a little clean. You got
kind above fabuloso.
It's so good, though. It's really good.
Oh my God. Their chicken skin on that roast chicken is
because it's rotisserie chicken.
Oh.
Can't go wrong with that Dominican chicken. Susie Campanero likes it too.
Really?
Yeah. Now let me ask you: are you going to take a little break from canvassing and?
No.
You're going to You're going to do the Georgia thing.
There's a chance that if we do not get those 2 seats in Georgia, Mitch McConnell will. Only for the reason of sheer evil power, block everything that we want to do.
Oh yeah. Well, look what he did with Merrick Garland, under Obama, 11 months, and then he shoved what's her face through.
Amy Coney Island.
Amy what?
Amy COVID Island.
Amy COVID Island, right? Amy Handmaid's Tale. I mean, he shoved her right through. She literally didn't even have any experience.
You hear her fucking say that? What's really poignant to me, Senator McConnell, is that I couldn't believe she said that.
Well, her voice turned me off immediately anyway. Yeah, and she kind of had a voice like that. It's like it's almost like she's like, you're like, come on, man.
Can't we have a real person for Supreme
Can't we have a real person for Supreme Court?
All right, do we have to have the homecoming queen?
I know. Well, that's what it right.
Also in the gifted class.
Yes. Well, listen, I'm going to pray about that. I'm just going to let that go and pray about it.
I gotta pray to be able to talk to people nicely about this. I mean, for 20 minutes after we won on Saturday, I felt I just went and danced in the streets. But I still carry this rage. Like, how could my family support them? How?
Well, they see things differently. It's like, seriously, it baffles me too. It totally, that's why I try to say to people, because I do want to know. I try to talk to them like, well, what's the issue that you like? And for my family, a lot of them, they're gun people. They, they're all about the Second Amendment. And I respect that. And it's all about, because he's told them over and over that they're going to lose their guns. And so
why do they buy that?
They're not going to lose their guns. That doesn't even.
Why do they think that? Why do the Cubans in Miami think that Joe Biden is a Fidel Castro?
I'll tell you why. Because they did an excellent job of cranking out the message that socialism, and the Cubans are terrified of socialism because they ran from Fidel Castro. Basically took them hostage and under a socialist well, that was really communism, but so that's what they're afraid to be fooled again. So that's your Cuban Americans are afraid to be, and they spent the Trump campaign spent a lot of money down in Miami on Cuban radio with that message.
They did.
And they did, and they pinpointed that, and it worked well.
And you know what? We did a really good job of targeting Arizona and Georgia and the blue wall.
Yeah,
what we did worked.
We flipped those 3 states back blue.
5 states.
Right. So I sent I did postcards to swing states, and my state I did 200 postcards, yeah.
Thank you.
It took me about 5 months to do it because
wasn't it fun?
It was so much fun.
Where, like Texas and North Carolina? And
just Michigan. They sent me I wrote them and I said, send me wherever the need is greatest. And they sent me 200 Michigan ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you probably got a few people, maybe you got 20 people of those people that said, this person took the time to write me with their own hand.
Right.
Not just a text that says, Mrs. Gentile,
Right, I know. So, and for Hillary, I did the phone canvassing, and I really liked that a lot. I called Wisconsin, but I just feel like I was part of something great.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, and I'm really proud of that.
Well, you should be, and thank you very much for your work.
Well, thank you for your work. Now,
what are you going to do about Georgia? How are you going to get involved somehow?
Well, I don't have a lot of money right now because like most of us, we're not working because we're singers and musicians. So money's a little tight. I was going to donate, but I think what I'm going to do instead is find out how I can help in other ways, whether it's on the
call people.
What? Call people?
Call people in Georgia?
I'll do that. I'll do whatever I have to do. If they have more postcards, I'll do more postcards.
I don't think money did much this time. Look how much we spent on like South Carolina, and all the polls showed that Jamie Harrison was tied and he lost by 17 points.
However, no one's ever come that close. And now Jamie Harrison has made his mark, and they may actually pull him into the DNC. I was hearing that. Someone like a Jamie Harrison is who Jamie Harrison is? The Stacey Abrams of the next 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. Just like, look, and we're going to pull Joe Cangelosi in a minute.
Oh, I want to see him.
What Stacey Abrams did was mind-boggling because she could have been angry, which she had every right to be. She could have walked away. Leah, what do you got up here? Let me see. She could have walked Senate races. Okay. She could have walked away. She could have just given up. She could have said, oh my God, this man literally changed everything. I mean, he became the governor, but he was also the head of elections. Kemp is not a good person. But what did she do instead? She said, you know what? Like this is my slogan this week, Greg, and I'm going to use it in my brain.
What's that?
And Lynn Portis knows I've been saying this. Don't hate educate. So instead of hating, educate. So don't hate, educate. So that's what Stacey Abrams did. And that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not going to hate. I'm going to educate. If people want to talk about it, I'm going to talk to them. I'll hear people out, and hopefully they'll hear me out, because I love this country and I feel like we have such an opportunity to do amazing things. And I want to be part of that amazing thing.
Do you think there's?
Oh my God! Wait, look who's here. We got a
Hey guys.
Hey Leo, can you take that other stuff down and let's pull? But Greg, don't go anywhere.
Here.
Stay there. Joe Cangelosi.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Wait, you are in the famous Red Kitchen. The famous Red Kitchen. That kitchen, you broadcast from that kitchen. You had COVID.
Yeah.
You literally, Joe had COVID, and he
did.
literally
Early.
broadcast from his kitchen, letting us know step by step. Joe, that was so helpful and so scary at the same time.
Wow.
You know what? I went very public because at that point, this was March, and like no one knew anything. So I wanted everyone to know it was real, that they knew somebody who had it, so to take it seriously, and to actually see me every couple of days what exactly I was going through. So that was very important to me. It was scary to do. It was, it was very personal, putting that out there. But I thought it was more important that I did it than I was scared to do it, I should say.
It was amazing. I mean, I was so scared for you, but I was so happy to, when you would pop in with your videos and let us know. I was so happy that you would pop in.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Maria, by the way.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Joe.
How about Joe's kitchen? First of all, your kitchen is gorgeous.
Thanks.
Did
Is
you
that
design it yourself?
Did I what?
Design it yourself?
Of course I did, yeah.
Okay, so Joe Cangelosi is not just Joe Cangelosi, our friend Greg and Leo. He is Joe Cangelosi of Joe Cangelosi Designs.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. Leo, do you have that beautiful picture you had earlier that you popped on? Oh, look at that. That is
Yeah, that's my website that I'm designing right now. That is a loft that I did in the West Village, is right on 3rd Street and 6th Avenue.
wow.
And, beautiful, beautiful loft apartment. And that chandelier was like our favorite part of the whole thing. So it was fun.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
That's
That's
beautiful.
the site. Oh, look at that. Wow. There it is.
Yeah, Leo is incredible. I would be lost without Leo in my life.
There's everything.
If you want to go to Joe Cangelosi Designs,
Yeah.
if you're listening on the radio, Joe, will you spell your name for everyone, please?
Sure thing. It's JoeCan as in Nancy, GELOSI.com is the website. I'll check you right there. And,
JoeCangelosiDesign.com.
Yeah.
Check that out, because Joe's an incredible interior designer.
Well, thank
and
you so much. Thank you.
Lux Magazine had you as a featured.
They
right?
did. They did. That was unexpected and very nice. It's been a hell of a ride. I mean, it's been 10 years on my own now. It's been kind of fun. I got a lot of fun.
Now I want to talk. I want you inspired me. You both have inspired me very much, and that's why I had you on the show together. So we have won this election. It's now 290 to 214. I am sure that they're going to recount. And you listen, I'm all for it. You want to recount?
You know what? Count again. You'll lose twice.
Right. Now we're talking about. We're talking about 144 million ballots. I can wait.
So,
I mean, do what you got to do. I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead. Let me know when you're done. I'll put something on the stove and we'll celebrate. I don't know what to tell you. But now,
at his expense. At his expense.
Right. Well, did you know?
His own expense.
Hey, Leo.
Thank you. Everybody. Wait. Leo Rodriguez. There is our Mexican representative.
Back to
You're Mexican?
Yes, he's 100%.
Where's he from?
Love that.
Leo, pop back on.
Well, birth family or adoptive family was born. Let's say my grandmother was from Arizona and my grandfather came up through Texas, and into California. My family, the birth family that gave me up, as I'm finding more DNA stuff, is from the Sonora, Arizona region, and I just found out of a great grandfather, but that's for a different story as well.
Cool.
From bloodline. But yeah. Mexican.
Leo's got a great story. He did a show last year called what's the name of the song?
I could have been Cheetah Moreno.
It could have been Cheetah Moreno. It was at the Duplex. It was really good. I directed it. But okay, here's why I had you guys on at the same time.
Yeah.
You both inspired me tremendously to get really involved in this election. I was involved in the last election, but this one I really dove in more, and I said, what else can I do? And I would watch Greg's post. I would watch Joe's post, and Joe told me about postcards to swing states.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. It worked. It worked.
It worked.
Which ones did you have? What state did you have?
I did Michigan.
Oh, I did Michigan too.
Yeah, 145,000 votes ahead in Michigan.
Is that true?
Is that what we got?
That's where we are right now. That's ahead.
Wait,
Is that 3 or 4% higher?
I'm sorry?
Do you think that's about 3 or 4% higher than Trump?
I don't like to use his name, but I'm not sure the percentage, but as of right now, I think they're about 99% done counting. And last I checked, right before I came on the air, it was 145,000 votes.
You know what?
Ahead.
I say recount that. Recount those. Go in there.
Great.
I hope that's something like 2 or 3. I thought that's at least.
Yeah.
I hope that's at least 3 or 4% ahead.
Okay.
Listen, it doesn't matter. A win is a win. I'll take it. A win is a win.
Georgia.
Now, Georgia, Georgia.
Yeah.
But Joe, you also belong to what in Brooklyn? You belong to some kind of Democratic.
Yeah. So
Please tell everybody.
I'll give you a gist of that. So when the election happened last year, it was 4 years ago. It was actually kind of horrible. Inauguration day, I made a choice to see what can I do. So I made a list of organizations, and I said, what can I give money to? What can I give my time to? Mm-hmm. So I joined the NAACP. I gave a whole lot of money to Planned Parenthood and the ACLU and the SPLC, which is the Southern Poverty Law Center. Basically, it's an organization if someone lives in Alabama or somewhere in the South and they can't afford a lawyer, this goes toward help paying the legal defense fund.
Yes.
Then what I did was, what can I do with my time and energy myself? So I went to a whole bunch of Democratic clubs. What can I do? And there was stuff in Brooklyn, stuff in the city, LGBT. I ended up joining a big organization in my neighborhood called Get Organized BK, Get Organized Brooklyn. It's run by my city councilman. And I believe it was by January 1st after the election, there were already 7,000 members.
Wow.
And when they say get organized, we were organized. I mean,
wow.
There were 14 sub-working groups in that who focused on this, who focused on that. I went to a few meetings. I landed in the Brooklyn Voters Alliance. And that is focused on reforming election reform in Brooklyn and in New York State, really. The thing is, we won. Early voting and, easy to register voting and felons. I mean, there's so many things because we elected Democratic Senate and a state Senate and state House 2 years ago. 3/4 of what we wanted to, we won. So,
wow.
Which was wonderful. So in the last year, I was actually scouted and joined. It was a large Facebook-based group called Defeat Trump 2020. I was New York State leader. There were 50 state leaders. So I ran New York.
Wow.
And obviously, I mean, it was cool. Look, New York, here's the thing. We're blue.
It doesn't matter.
So what was my strategy? Okay, we can devote obviously some energy here, but 3/4 energy, we adopted state. We adopted Pennsylvania. We adopted Michigan. We adopted Wisconsin. That was our energy focus.
Yes. And Greg, where were the states that you went to or worked on in some way, that you were involved with?
I canvassed a lot in Staten Island. I've knocked on doors over there. And then I went to Miami to knock on doors down there. But
I mean, that's enemy territory. That's amazing.
But with the calls in the last couple of weeks, I was with a group called, I think it was called Empire State for swing states. And they had us called Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania.
Okay, amazing.
I'm curious, Joe, do you know if New York voted in even greater numbers against Trump this time? Do you know? Because I think that last time we
know the final numbers haven't come in yet. They're still counting a lot of votes. So like California isn't even done. I mean, like you're going to see a much larger
popular
vote
vote
for Biden because like larger states like the blue states like ours.
Yeah,
don't know what's happening. I mean,
I'm just curious if in New York we are.
Yeah.
If the exurban areas are, if the tendency is correct that the exurban areas are even more conservative and the cities and suburbs are even more liberal.
I'm curious. I mean, I think when they have to be in, the numbers have to be in by December 8th. So let's check in on the final numbers then. But that's their the official deadline for all of them.
Well, okay, guys, I'm going to take, everybody can join in on this. I have to take our food break. Oh my God. And then we have to talk about your cookbook show.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, cool.
So now, I like to cook for the show, and the section of our show is called, everybody, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Keep eating.
All right. So what did I make tonight? I made butternut squash ravioli with a buttercream sauce. Let me just get hold on a second.
Ooh. What's the green stuff? Is that peas?
Peas. I love peas. Italians love peas.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. Butternut squash ravioli with peas in a buttercream sauce. And in the buttercream sauce, I put garlic, turmeric, pumpkin spices, believe it or not. Just a little bit, a hint of it. Maple pepper. Cream, butter, and peas. And then for our salad, and this is my patriotic salad for the night, Boston lettuce, because that, of course, is where the Boston Tea Party was, and the Pilgrims landed in Massachusetts. So Boston lettuce, cucumbers. I have red apples because I want to represent the red, white, and blue here. Red apples plus New York is the big apple. I have blueberries. That's our blue states.
I love fruit in salads. It's good.
Me too. And then I have red onions, Bermuda onions there.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And blue cheese. Actually, not just I bought a block of blue cheese and I chopped it up. And this I'm just going to put white balsamic vinegar for the red, white, and blue, and extra virgin olive oil. And I got dill in there too. It's off the hook.
Well done.
I'm sorry. Did somebody say fruit salad?
I think you will particularly like our desserts tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So these are,
that's good.
Judy had these made. These are RGB pops, chocolate pops. They're chocolate inside, RBG. And of course, our fabulous Joe 2020 donut. And of course, our Biden-Harris 2020 donut. Judy provided these desserts. She had them made by a friend of hers. How amazing.
I love it.
That's great.
And I have, hold on a second. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. With us tonight, they couldn't be. They are here. Jeffrey Campbell sent me these. How cute is Jeffrey? And
that's amazing.
You'll appreciate this. I've had this burning now. Our St. Anthony candle next to the bobbleheads. Italians like to burn St. Anthony candles.
Gotta love St. Anthony.
So Leo, let's check in with some of our people. What are people saying?
Okay, well, we've had Kathy's there. Annette Zito's in.
I love Annette Zito. She's hysterical.
Jay Rivera said, wow. If you can see
gorgeous.
Can you see his comments there down the bottom of the screen there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Jay also looks so delicious. Okay. Annette complimented you on your salad.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Lynn Portis.
Genius. Lynn Portis is in Long Island. Okay.
I love Lynn Portis.
That's tough. That's tough out there.
Where is she at?
She's in Merrick, which is, I don't know too much about.
Too far out.
No, but Greg rides his bike out there. He rides his bike all the way out to Long Island.
I remember New Haven, Connecticut. After I found out that Trump was the day before, when we knew that Trump was winning, I had this burst of energy and flew on my bicycle to New Haven.
Yeah, Well, it's the longest election. I mean, the first day you couldn't even. You were like, okay, oh boy. Okay.
64 Biden signs and 12 Trump signs on the way up there.
Okay, all right. So now, guys, what do we sit back and enjoy our victory? Well, tell me, Joe. Tell me what we do.
Well, yes, I think it's important to do that. I certainly, anyone who follows me on Facebook, I partied a lot Saturday and Sunday. Here's what we have to do next. I want to talk about this before anything else. Please, if I have like just a minute.
Honey, please go.
Stacey Abrams is
the
face of voter rights in Georgia. There are many other predominantly African-American women who are doing this too, but she's the most famous one, and she's extraordinarily effective. She has registered 800,000 voters.
What in God's name?
That's not small. And it's not official yet. I believe we are just above 14,000 votes ahead in Georgia.
Wow.
I'll say that again. We are 14,000 votes ahead in Georgia.
When was the last time Georgia was blue? I think like 30 years ago, right?
92.
So
28 years ago.
For everyone who wants to, you got $10, you got $20, you have more. This is www.gasenate.com. This is direct link to Stacey Abrams' fundraising site.
Okay, GASenate.com.
Essential that we get out the vote. This is the quickest way to do that. www.gasenate.com. You got $10, you got $20. If you are fortunate to have more, it is essential, and please don't wait. We have less than 2 months for this election.
Wow.
The same right now. So please go for it, please.
Okay, and Greg, what are you going to do to help out in Georgia?
I'm going to do calls again, and I'm going to put in 2 different organizations here for people that don't really want to donate money, but they would want to talk with people because personally, I don't know, I don't have any money either. I felt really useful in the battle to emotionally talk with people. Say what's important to you and emphasize how important this election is. And I think there's going to be tons of people getting really involved, and I feel excited about it. But there's 2 organizations that you can get involved in, probably either writing letters to people in Georgia or calling on the phone and getting them on and talking to them.
And you know what else? I mean, I find that for me that I did, because it helped my soul and my heart, is I talked to a lot of people one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Like when I was driving around and I would pull over at a gas station or something, and if someone was wearing like a MAGA hat or something, and I would start a conversation with them, and because I was curious, and I would say, because I'm like eternally curious. Like, let me ask you something. Some of my family members, what do you like about them? And I mean this in the best way. Like, I really want to know. I'm a writer. I want to know how you think. And I had some amazing conversations with people. And like even my cable guy, I had a cable guy that was like, he just was he liked Fox News. And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, what do you like about, and his whole thing was he had no problem with women's rights. He actually said, I have daughters and I love them both. I want them to have, wasn't into that. His whole thing was he was a hunter and he didn't want to, again, with the gun thing. So when you talk to people one-on-one, I had other people that I talked to that were afraid that their taxes would go up, things like that we got some great conversations out. And some people were, and it was all that rhetoric, that they were repeating back to me that they had heard. So I was able to say, that's really interesting because this is what it really is. And then they were able to say to me, well, look, I've always voted Republican and I always will. And I get that because I've always been a Democrat. But I did vote for Bloomberg 3 times in a row and he was a Republican.
Okay.
But, so things like that. I loved the conversations because all of a sudden we were the same. We were people trying to get through that day. We're both getting gas. We're both at the supermarket, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I just found that incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think that Biden to me, Biden seems like a lot like Obama, that he's very kind and there's a chance that he can kind of bridge the gap and open up a dialogue with other people. But another part of me just feels like the irrationality is not on our side. You know, I'm really ambidextrous about all this stuff.
Joe was my first choice from the beginning. Kamala and Joe were anybody who knows me knows. Those are my first two, and
Wow.
not in any order. And a lot of people and I said, you know why? They make me feel calm. I felt like Kamala was like in there. You do not mess with Kamala. And I like that in a woman. I like a woman that is strong, is not intimidated, and goes right for it. And in a man, I like kindness.
Yeah.
You know, I like someone that's like my grandpa. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
I was going to say, we only have a couple minutes left. I want to mention my book before we go. Is that possible?
What's to go where?
I want to mention my book before we have to go.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, who's making that sound? Is that Leo? Something is crackling.
I think that's a mouse. That's a mouse.
All right. Oh my God. We got talking about. Yes. Joe Cangelosi, what did you do during the pandemic?
So we were all stuck in the house. So my mom and I had an idea to make lemonade from lemons. We wrote a cookbook together. And here it is. It is actually called. God.
Well, let me see what it's called. Hold it up to the screen.
It is called, here we go. It is the Best Pandemic Cookbook.
2020 edition. Oh my God.
Wonderful.
2020 edition.
Joe, how does one get this pandemic cookbook?
Oh, so right now it's on pre-sale. If you're my Facebook friend, here we go. You can go to either my Facebook or my Insta, Joe Cangelosi Design, or Insta Joe Cangelosi, Cangelosi. There you go. You can pre-order it. It's going to be on sale to the public next week, but I wanted to give my friends first crack at all that. And I made a huge shipment already today.
Oh my God.
And I'm still getting orders. So it's been extremely good so far.
I know what I'm getting people for Christmas. That is now, Joe. You also, the way that the book is, the binder.
Oh yeah,
makes it very. I think this is
did a spiral for a reason, so it lays flat on your counter instead of having to put a can or something like that. We have over 175 recipes, and they're easy. I mean, the idea of the book is that you probably have ingredients in your pantry already. It's pantry staples, it's freezer stuff, because we all couldn't leave our houses forever.
Right.
My mom, you get a little story, what happened with the two of us.
So you wrote it with your mom?
Yeah, a lot of it's recipes from our family. You get our story, and you get, it's quite good. You get photos of all the recipes, and we were actually very proud.
Is that noodles?
It came out wonderful.
You know what, Greg? You need one of these cookbooks. Because Greg is just learning to cook, and he's doing pretty well.
Okay.
I gotta say.
Yeah, I sent my dad a copy, and he was reading it today, and he's like, "These are actually very easy recipes." And I was like, "Yeah, that's the idea." Like, there's a few that are a bit more complicated. Like, there's lasagna that takes a while, or the sauces and the chicken this and the that. Really,
how did you choose? Joe, how did you choose the recipes? How did you and your mom choose the recipes?
Well, we each have different skill sets, mom and me. So we said, what do we need? We need a bunch of main dishes, a bunch of desserts, a bunch of side dishes, a bunch of soups, and we figured out who had the better what. And we included that. And the idea is that there are a lot of substitutions, because when quarantine happened, let's say you didn't have celery, use cucumber. It's fine. You don't have turkey, use beef. You don't have so there are actually in each recipe are easy swap outs that you can use. That's the idea. It just make it easy. We're doing our best. Just do what you have. And
that
it'll be
is
fine.
Incredible.
So it's fun. The Best Pandemic book. And there it is.
Everybody has to get, how much is the book, Joe? How much is the book?
It's $17. We wanted to keep it under 20.
It's nothing.
So with shipping, it's $3. So if you order it now, it's $20, including shipping. We can get it out next week. And the public
That's
sale
nothing.
has tax, so that'll be a little bit more next week. But
oh my God!
Congratulations, Joe.
Joe, that is so amazing. And thank you for reminding us because I had it written down, but we got so into the election.
It's okay. We're very proud of it. What we want to share it. So
Leo, come back in, pop back in, because we have about, I think, 2 minutes left. I have to ask Jimmy, but.
Oh, there we go. Here's the easiest way to order.
Oh my God, that's so great.
On Facebook and my it's just pre-sale right now, the public sale goes on, I believe, next Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's it, babe. I think
that's
you'll enjoy
incredible.
You'll enjoy it. Actually.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming on because
thank you.
Tonight was amazing. And this was our first time doing the street. I mean, Chris DePiero did it last time, but it wasn't on What the Story with Maria's show. What does that sound from?
I don't know. It sounds like either feedback or someone's typing somewhere, but I don't know where it's coming from.
It's crazy, right? But it's okay. I'm just learning. I'm learning. I don't know if it's something I'm doing.
It's the Republicans listening to us.
I know, right? Russia. My comrade friends, it's Russia.
It's Melania. Hey,
be best.
How long do you think before Melania hits the road? Pretty soon, right?
I don't know. I can imagine she's hitting the bottom.
I saw this wonderful.
I get it.
I saw this wonderful woman in one of the celebrations on Saturday that had this shirt that in the same font as Melania's nasty jacket. It said, "I really do care. Do you?"
How much time, Jimmy? 1 minute. Okay. I want to thank Jim Bell, our producer and engineer. I would be lost without Jim Bell. I really appreciate him. Thank you to Joe Rocks, the big cheese over at Arms Radio. I want to thank Greg Schlotthauer. Go and check out his song "Miserable Like You." I want to thank Joe Cangelosi and the new pandemic. Hold up the book again, Joe. Hold up the book again. You're the best. Yes, there's
the pandemic cookbook. There you go.
Perfect. And I want to thank Leo Rodriguez, who ran the whole show tonight. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm so happy we did this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Maria.
See you soon.
See you, Joe. Thank you, Leo.
Bye.
Bye.